All right, we're on hole number 7 of the Pacific Cup tournament. We're in Monday's qualifying round of the Rookie Division. I had intended to practice today, but the round's been going really good, so I'm going to continue on, and then I'll practice in one of my other accounts. Because there's still some of these holes I'm doing practice shots on, or I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. So we got Gokasha Bay hole 1, and this is one of the holes right here that this hole right here actually might make or break whether today is practice or qualifying. So the way I normally play this hole is I come out into this range right here. If you've got an APOC 2 with a Titan and you're at max, doing a max overpower hook shot, max topspin, max curl, max right hand side spin, everything you can get on the ball, and you're in this direction with your ball guide right on the transition between the fairway and the rough, take the wind out. You'll land out in this area and you'll bleed up to here, and from here you have a wedge, and there's an arc out here. So anything within this arc, you're in wedge range. Anything out to here, you're in short iron. Anything out to here, you're in long iron. So trying to get up into this area with my wedge is the shot. You give an awesome shot at picking one up. But I don't have an APOC 2 anymore, and my APOC is now, my Apocalypse is now 4, so the numbers are all different. So the curl is different. And so instead of trying with the Apocalypse, I've been trying with an Extra Mile. And my Extra Mile is different too, because now I've got an Extra Mile 9 because of the club card trading. So this shot I'm having to set up different. I only caught this a couple times during the practice round. The first time I set up in here, and it's because of wind. So setting up these max overpower hooks is all wind dependent. So we'll have to see what kind of wind we're getting, whether or not I take the wind out or the wind's pushing me forward. I'm going to be, I think with my Apocalypse or my Extra Mile, I'm going to be like one ring off of this. So I'm going to be one ring in this direction to the left, and we'll see how the shot goes. As long as I can get a birdie on this hole in the practice round here, I'm probably going to qualify today. But if I epic fail, I may rethink the whole deal. But this is still a hole that I am practicing the shot on, and I'm not sure exactly how I want it to go. So with my rapier, I believe I'm 1.3 per ring, 1.3. And I got my Hornet numbers, and I'm going to bring a Titan, the king of balls. We'll see how it goes. Let me get one of those rolling. So I'm still practicing this hole. I have no idea how I'm going to play this hole. You can do a straightforward shot here where you're not doing the max overpower, but I think the max overpower hook, you can get farther up in the hole to get you into your wedge range. But I have no idea whether the topspin, because I have an Extra Mile 9 now, if the topspin, how all that's going to play out, because I haven't been able to get my trajectory right. The first time I ended up epic failing when I was right on it and got out here, and then the next time I clipped the rough, and then I ended up out here. I didn't have my trajectory quite right. But with this type of wind, I don't think I got this wind in one-on-one play. With this type of wind, I think I'm going to, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go back to the line with this wind. I'm going to go back right where I'm on that transition. I'm going to leave the wind in. I'm going to go right back on that line and see what the deal is. And we'll start doing our artillery right here. And that's about all of it. So I need to go out a minimum of one ring. Which confirms what I found during the practice rounds, that I need to go out. I need to go out with that club a little bit farther. It looked like I'm getting the curl to the right, right. But I definitely need to be up higher. And in order to be up higher, I need to pull out to the left. So aim at that line that I was aiming at, and then pull over so that the edge of your yellow ring is along that line. And that'll be the next part of the practice to try and dial that in. So whenever you're on a hole like this and you epic fail on the drive, now the goal is to just get up on the green and get your score. If you're in a spot where you can really go for it, then you really want to go for it. But the main thing here is to not get greedy, is to get up there and get your birdie, get your I'm going to move over just a titch right into that area. It's 3.1 or it's 3.0. There's 2, 4. It's about a 3-ring pull, or excuse me, a 3-mile-an-hour pull. A little bit of curl. Hitting it perfect. Now, the only reason that I can recover there and that I'm not worried on a shot like that is because I have a Spitfire. And if you don't have a Spitfire in your bag, that shot right there is probably not going to be possible. You're going to struggle to get back up there from the sand. The thing about that sand is down there is that if you're right there on the green right up there, it's a long iron shot. So your Nirvana and your Spitfire are basically long irons. And so you can recover with those clubs where you're not going to be able to recover with a lot of the sand wedges. When people talk about like what's the greatest epic in the game, in my personal opinion, I think the greatest epic in the game is a Spitfire, because unless you've got completely maxed out clubs and every club in your bag is an epic, when you get a Spitfire, you're going to start using it. At level 1, level 2, there'll be times where you'll wish you had your Malibu in your bag, but you can literally put a Spitfire in your bag at level 1 the first day that you get it, and it will never leave your bag. Occasionally, you'll get on one of those holes where you want a backspin sand wedge, or you need a Houdini or something of that nature, and you may swap it out, but those will be a huge exception. The rule will be is that once you get that Spitfire in your bag, that'll be the only club that you'll have in your bag as far as sand wedges go, and you'll never move off of it. Whereas when you think of other epics that are out there, they will come and go depending on their level and what the hole is, but that Spitfire will stay in there. It is, when you get to Tour 7 and start playing Tour 7, it is the first club that you want to get. It took me 2.5 years to get an Apocalypse, but I got a Spitfire the very first day I started playing Tour 7. And it's been in my bag ever since, and it hardly ever leaves it. All right, that was hole number 7. I'm going to keep working on that max overpower hook shot, because that really is the shot to get you all the way up there so that you can get into your wedge range. And I'm going to see if I can get it done with my extra mile. And if I can't, then I'll have to switch to an Apocalypse and try and work the numbers for an APOC 4, because an Apocalypse 4's got a little more distance, but the curl is what's different. It goes from 76 to 90 something curl. So it's it hits it a lot different. All right, that was hole 7 of the Pacific Cup in Monday's qualifying round of the Rookie Division. Thanks for watching.